Okie dokie. So we've talked about objects. Now we're going to talk about creating your own objects. Okay, this is very similar to the process of creating your own shader. Okay, what we need to do first of all is create somewhere for them to go. All right, so open your Finder window, and we're going, or your computer folders, and find the Advent folder. Okay, hopefully you know where it is because we used it a few weeks ago. Double click on Artlantis. Okay, and we're going to click on Media. Okay, and you can see here that I have a folder called My Objects. Okay, which has some objects in there before. But what I want you guys to do is right click and write New Folder and My Objects. Okie dokie. So now you have a folder for your objects to go into. Okay, so then what we need to do is we need to pop over to Sketchup. Okay, and what I want you guys to do is download something from the 3D warehouse that you want to pop into your model. So I have a hot tub. Okay, a wood powered hot tub. Okay, so you could have books or magazines, nothing too complicated. And as you can see, I've layered them up here. Okie dokie. Alright, so that's what I want to do. Okay. Once you have downloaded your object and it's all ready, alright, what we're going to do is we're going to save it. Okay, so File, Save As. Okay, and I'm going to change the format to SketchUp version 2013, and I'm calling it Hot Tub, and I'm just putting it on my desktop for the time being. Okie dokie. And so now what we're going to do is I'm just going to save the file. I'm in Artlantis, I'm just going to save the file that I've been working on. And what I'm going to do is File, Open. And I'm going to choose the hot tub of my desktop. And it's converting it and opening it into an Artlantis file. And you guys can see here, alright, that there it is. Okay, and I'm going to just come to shaders and, oh, my layers haven't come through. Oh, yes, nope, some have. So I've got pool, and I'm just going to make sure that I've got water applied to my pool. Yep, I've got the outside of my hot tub. I can rename these if I want. Outside of hot tub. I've got my pool, my water. Ooh. I've got my coil. Okay. And I'm just going to apply maybe, yep, stainless steel to that. And then I've got timber as well. Alright, and I don't think I want the outside of my hot tub to be orange, I have to say. I'm going to make it basic. And then I might just make it a bit darker grey. Not really sure. Maybe the orange is a good idea. Something like that. I'm going to turn the shininess down. I'm going to click on my water and I'm going to look at the different options that I've got. Right, and I'm going to come back to my hot tub and just see if I can make it a little bit darker potentially. Maybe something like that. Alright, Quite happy with that. Clicking on my coil, maybe making it a bit reflective. Okie dokie. So I now have my hot tub. Okay, and it's layered and it's all covered as well. So now we have our object and we're ready to create it as an Artlantis Objects. Now we're going to head to the Object Inspector. Okay. And we're going to select it. Just like when we were putting things into layers. Okay, we've got our polygons open. I'm going to close my colors here. And what we can do, first of all, is I'm going to set my destination. So I'm going to say just objects. Okay, internal object or an external object if I want to. Okay, and I'm going to use my selection tool and select all the parts of the hot tub that I can. So you just need to make sure that you're getting all of the parts in one go for this one. And I'm just going to waiting for it to catch up now. And what I'm going to do is create it as an external object. If you want to create a light bulb, for instance, you could do this same process, and then you could say add a light to it, select that and say include light group. All right, and then it would be joined together like the lights we were using in Artlantis before. And I'm just hoping all of this is selected now. Okay. And I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to go to my Advent folder, Artlantis, Media, My Objects, and I'm going to call it Hot Tub. And I'm going to click Save. Okay, and just let me get a better view on this. Now you guys can see I have my objects here, and it's created it as an object, and I can resize it as I would any object, or rotate it as I would any object. Okay, so we've now created our hot tub. If we come down to our media catalog and we have a look, at the moment it's not showing up. So we're going to add it the same way we did with our texture. Oh, there it is. Okay, amazing. Excellent. If you do need to add it, what you do is you come to My Objects and you click the plus button. And you navigate through your computer, Advent, Artlantis, Media, My Objects, and you can click on the item or the folder and click Open. Okay, and then it will appear. So what I'm going to do now is there's my hot tub. I'm going to open recent, my modern cabin. We'll save. Okay, and I'm just going to call it hot tub again. No, hopefully it will let me open. So you will have a Sketchup file of your hot tub, an Artlantis file of your hot tub, and an object file of your hot tub. Okay, and I'm going to open my media, my modern cabin again, and I'm going to pop my hot tub in. What you could do if you wanted to was you could create every item for your design as an Artlantis object and put it all together in Artlantis if you wanted to. Okay, you could even make your space an Artlantis object. So there are lots of options that you can do within this program. So hopefully you guys are starting to get the hang of it and understand a bit more what's going on. Okay, so now we're back in Artlantis, and I'm going to pop around the other side of my cabin. You can see that I've added some more objects. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, and I need to be on the other side of my screen. Okay, I'm going to just make my preview display smaller so I can still see my 2D view. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my hot tub and drag it onto my deck. Okay, and it's just loading. Okay, and you guys can see that the hot tub is now sitting on my deck. And what I'm going to do is head over to Objects. Okay, and I've got my hot tub. So I've created like layers for each of my different lots of objects. So I'm going to call this one hot tub. I'm going to click on my hot tub and just drag it into that layer so it's there and easy to see. Okay. And what I'm going to do is rotate it. Probably actually quite a bit of a way around because I'm going to okay, the more things I add to my file, the slower my Artlantis is getting. Okay, actually no, I'm changing my mind about that. I'm going back the other way. Okie dokie. And then I'm going to move it over here into the corner. Alright, and that's looking pretty good, but I'm just going to check it from the other elevations. Okay, try to get the right one. Oops. Making sure that yes, it is on the deck, which is what I want. And then I'm just going to zoom out a bit and change the angle that I'm looking at all of this from so I can just see a little bit better. Okay. And there you have it. We have our hot tub. Okay, if I want to, I can still change the textures. So if I head back to objects, I can click on the texture button. And maybe I'm thinking now my deck is quite orange, so I'm going to change my hot tub outside the basic. I'm going to, could make it black, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what color. They're usually timber, but it's meant to be warming up, and I don't want it to be any kind of metal. I don't think, maybe grey. Okay, so I'm going with a bit of a darker color here, just because I think it looks a bit better. And I'm thinking maybe I will just rotate it a tiny little bit more. Okay, and then I'm just going to move it. Okay, so maybe this outdoor area at the back is a bit more for relaxing. You could make it more kid-friendly and put some kids' toys, different kinds of things if you want to. I can make it a bit wider so it's going to fit some more people in it. Also. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that now. So that is how you create your own object in Artlantis. Okay, and if you move back to your perspective view, you can have a pretty good look. Right, I'm going to open up my 2D view again, and I'm going to pop myself standing on the deck just to see what it looks like. Okay, that looks pretty good. I just realized that I've got this screen here, which is a little bit maybe reflective. Right, so I'm going to turn that down, and I can click on my water, and maybe I want to make that a bit more reflective. Okie dokie, so I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, would be quite nice at night. So that is how you create objects. Alright, it's pretty cool. Thanks.